wonder if you could take us through this week and tell us what it's been like for you.
Obviously, fast-paced, a lot of change. Obviously, still busy with games as well, which is ultimately the biggest thing here at a football club is to win games of football. So in the middle of all the change, then the players have had to stay as focused as they possibly can and lift themselves after a difficult weekend to go and win a game of football, which I thought we did really well.
You were obviously quite close to Brendan Rodgers. When did you find out, and just your reaction to it, I guess?
Yeah, just found it the same as everyone else. I spoke to the manager maybe 10-15 minutes after it, and obviously we had a chat which will stay private for obvious reasons, but so everyone was in the same boat, and yeah, it's a shock at the time, and then very quickly you're sort of 5 minutes away from going to bed, and then you got to deal with the aftermath of that. Spoke to some of the players, and then we came back in. What day was that? Tuesday. So came back in Tuesday, and then, like I said, it's business as usual because you have a game of football to play the next day, and it's about preparing the team and preparing the players to win that, which was a must-win.
How helpful has that been, that schedule? Because you don't really have time to maybe wallow in some of the other stuff. And what's it been like under Martin and Sean?
Yeah, it's been great, to be honest. They've come in with real sort of positivity, and obviously I've heard everything that the manager's been saying and Sean's been saying. It's just about reminding the players how good they are and what we've achieved, albeit some new players coming in, but a real good core of players that have won stuff at this club, and staff as well that have been a massive part of that. So they've come in, they've been really positive, and I think you could see that in the bounce from the performance the other night. So now it's just about continuing that every 3 days until people are told any different.
Does it feel strange for you, Callum, because this club is so stable manager-wise? It's very rare to make a change. Obviously Brendan resigned himself, but mid-season, and have you had to take on a bigger mantle as captain, already bigger than you already do? Have you had to address the players?
Well, I've spoke to most of them probably individually. We spoke in the changing room on Tuesday morning, and then it's just been constant since then, really. I think that the biggest thing when there's change is, can you find some sort of a continuity in that? So, myself, James, Ali, the boys that are senior players, along with the staff that have been here for a large period of time as well. I think everybody's been looking at them for stability, and I must say every one of those guys have been amazing. So as much as there has been a little bit of change, the guys that have been there and done it within the building have been really, really good and really stable as well.
Can I ask you about John Kennedy as well? Obviously been here for such a long time. What's your reaction to him leaving, and will he leave a big hole at the club?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Kendo's contribution over the last 25 years that he's been at the club has been incredible. Assistant manager to 3 or 4 or 5 different managers, and has always been the one constant for the players, the staff, everyone at Lennoxtown, everyone at the stadium. He took a lot of responsibility, and someone who I have huge admiration for, working over the last sort of 10 years with a really close personal relationship and professional, and he was someone you could rely on in difficult times. So he's been amazing. I also don't think he got the credit that he deserved to be at this club for such a long time and do the job that he did. Was outstanding, and there is a big hole that will need filled. But just from me, I think it's right to acknowledge how big a part of the success he was, because he was absolutely first class. I think you'll be hard pushed to find a better assistant manager. He was really top level.
Callum, how do you think Brendan's going to be remembered here? How will you remember him here?
Very successful manager over 2 spells. I think hopefully he'll be judged on what he's done for the club, and going back 10 years he changed the landscape of this club massively. The professionalism has continued even the first time when he left. I think everybody looks for reasons why we were so successful even after he left the first time. Was because of the values and the work ethic that he instilled when he came in the first time, and that's carried us right through a long period of time. He's come back, he's added more success to that, and unfortunately in football everything comes to an end, and everybody would love to have the sort of fairy tale ending, but very rarely in football does that happen. So us as a club, we have a lot to thank him for, and we wish him well, of course. I've known him for a number of years now as well, and he was amazing for my career and has done so much for me. So on a personal level, I've got so much to thank him for, and I'm sure whatever he does next, he'll be a big success as well.
Is it disappointing the manner in which he's had to go?
Yeah, of course. Listen, like I said, it's very, very rarely do you get the fairy tale ending. I think you look at Joe Hart, that's probably the best ending I've ever seen at Celtic. So, and that's once over however many years I've been here. So that's football. We're all in the industry. We know how it goes. Can be brutal at times, and that's the way it is. You just, as long as you're here and you're in the building and you're working for a football club, you try and give as much as you can, try and be as successful as you can for yourself and your club, and then when you move on, then that is life.
Martin O'Neill's first experience of this fixture was 6-2 at Celtic Park. What age would you have been, and what do you remember of that? 2000, what age would you have been? 2000,
so I'd have been 7.
Do you remember that?
Probably just turning 7, not too much to be honest. That's a stretch for me, that.
Okay, we'll leave that one then. Martin, on the pitch with Sean, what's that been like, the transition?
Yeah, really good, really positive. You know, if you to ask a guy to come in with that much experience, has been here before, understands the fabric of the club, and talking about that sort of continuity, it's Celtic people who really understand the club. Sean has been amazing. He's come in, his work ethic is unbelievable. He's making sure everyone's okay. The training level was great. Seen a bit of it this morning as well. So it's been a really positive bounce, and I think we needed that. I think that was the spell that we were in was a little bit tough for everyone. Come in with like the slate clean. We've got a really good result midweek, and now is probably the perfect game.
Martin O'Neill himself has said it the other day. It was quite surreal to be back here. Is it that for you when you would have been 12 when you'd been in the academy, I think, when you was here the first time around? Is it kind of, you just get used to it after a couple of days, but does it still seem a bit strange to you to be interacting with him in this?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, it was almost a full generation ago that he was here the first time, and you obviously seen the team being super successful, winning trophies, getting to the UEFA Cup final, and like you said, I was coming through the academy, so at that time it was really inspiring to have the first team performing so well, and you seen how big the club was, that you think, well, you know, one day I want some of that. So to actually be here working with him on a sort of really personal level, then it's amazing. He's been great. He's sharp as attack. He's a really good person, and he's got good people around him as well. So hopefully, with a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck, then hopefully we'll be successful.
Is that, he obviously comes in with the press conference, you can see his charisma and his way he talks. Is that helpful in a week when you had a big shock like that as well?
Yeah, I think so as well. You know what he's like. He's quite a funny character as well, and just lightening the mood a little bit. Sort of helped for the players, because sometimes you don't know how to feel when there's a change. But right away when he spoke to the players, he made them feel at ease. And then obviously winning games is the biggest thing that helps everyone at a football club. So to come in very quickly, spoke to the players, we then won the game. Everyone's now naturally, feeling good about themselves.
Callum, obviously the Scottish Cup final was very emotional for yourself. How do you feel about going back to Hampden?
Yeah, fine. Much more positive than negative. So for me, you got to deal with disappointment as a footballer. Had so many good days at Hampden, so there was bound to be a bad one at some point.
Yeah, sure. Your record against Rangers in 90 minutes, do you think that needs to be addressed soon, as in this weekend? Recent record?
I'm trying to think back.
So Ibrox 3-0, then lost 3-2, beat them in obviously in penalties.
Yeah. So I think probably from that point, you then go back a while, then it was pretty good. So like you said, maybe the last 3 or 4 games not been great. But you have to find a way to win the game, and if you want to get to the final, you have to beat whoever's in front of you, and obviously Rangers this time. So I'm sure the guys will be working really hard to come up with the game plan, and obviously Rangers done a few different things over the last couple of games. They're sort of slightly new as well with a new manager, so don't think anyone quite knows exactly what to expect from the game, but for sure the players will be there. They'll be super competitive, and we can draw on the positive experiences that we've had. Hopefully we get there and we do a lot right in the game to get us through to where we want to be, which is the final.
Callum, you have been so dominant in the fixture against Rangers over your career essentially, but as you were touching on, the last 3-4 haven't been the results you've been looking for. Do you think that's because, is it down to your level dipping, or do you feel that Rangers have played above themselves recently in these matches?
No, I think it's whoever performs on the day. To be honest, I think it's two really good teams, two good squads, well matched. Obviously, the game is what the game is. It's on the edge. Whoever plays at home has generally got the home advantage. And then now a lot of change for both teams. So I think it might be the team that are more stable, make less mistakes in the game. Probably a game of moments as well. So we have to try and make sure that we do enough right in the game to edge that probability towards ourselves, and if we can be clinical in the moments that we get, then we're hoping for a positive outcome.
Is this the kind of perfect opportunity you're looking for? Obviously the win on Wednesday was important, but just to get positivity into the club and togetherness that you're kind of looking for as well, a cup semi-final against Rangers?
Yeah, probably, like I said, the perfect game. Obviously you're looking at all the different competitions, you want to be successful in them all, but the next game is the most important, and this is where we are now. We're a couple of days away from a big semi-final. Like you said, both teams a bit of change, so you think whoever can win the game, if it's us, it can give everyone a lift, it can give the supporters a lift, the players, the manager, the club a lift. So these are the types of games that you have to win, if you want to be here for a long period of time.